Hey everybody, we are back with the second throwdown in the best 90-ish proof Buffalo Trace Bourbon. So last week it was mash bill number 1. No surprise, Eagle Rare took it. I would have been shocked if it didn't. So as promised, this week we've got mash bill number 2. We got Blanton's. We have Bowman Bros Small Batch, which is a Virginia bourbon. It's basically mash bill number 2 that they buy. They distill it a third time, kind of like an Irish whiskey in Virginia, so they can call it a Virginia whiskey. But this is pretty easy to find and fairly affordable. I think around $30 to $35 in the state of Oregon. And then ultra hyped. If you're in the state of Oregon, unless you own a liquor store, you're an employee, or you're a close friend of an owner, which one of my friends is, which is why I have this bottle, or a restaurant, you will never get your hands on this bottle. So, last time we did this throwdown where we had like 9 or 10 of these together, some people are like, well, that's so low, you know, it's oxidized. I agree with you, which is why I store all of these samples that I get from my buddy who gives me the remainders of his bottles. I pour them into these little sample bottles for that show. I usually will empty them in here so that kind of you can see what's there, but I'm not doing that this time. I'm keeping them safe in these little bottles here. I just pulled one out. That's what I have here. I'm going to go through them. We got A, B, and C. I don't know which ones are which. I'm going to start with A, though, on the nose. I will say, these smell better than the mash bill number 1 did. I'm getting tons of cherry just with them sitting here. Like spiced cherry. Because mash bill number 2 is the higher rye mash bill. I get that on the nose. That is really, really, really nice nose, man. That is just sweet, caramel drizzled, cinnamon dusted cherries. Like really ripe sweet cherries. The nose is really good on A. Okay, B. It's similar, but I don't know, little darker, dustier, more muted, like damper, darker. That's what I would say. It's all those same things though: cherry, vanilla, cinnamon, just darker and less sweet on the nose than A. This smells like it would be older maybe than A, but I still like the bright, punchy sweetness of A. Okay, C. Okay. This smells like a different whiskey than those. Like you can tell these are in the same family. This one smells different. Man, this is more grainy smelling. It's more like strawberry than it is cherry, and more sugar than caramel, but like barley. I don't know. It's weird. Like I'm getting a breadiness that I would get on a single malt scotch. Kind of strange. I think I like the noses in this order. Least favorite. So, least favorite nose. I'll just start with that one first. I get a little more cola on it. Makes sense, it's higher rye. Some cherry, but mostly like a flat cherry cola. Yeah, it's okay. I don't know. Not my cup of tea. I will say this. If you're bummed you can't get this or try it, you don't want to spend the money. If you've got the money to buy this on secondary, good for you, man. That's awesome. Or if you got the hookups to get this bottle MSRP, good for you. If you don't, take a look in the description of this video. I've got a link to our allocated bourbon blends. So or allocated whiskey blends to meet or beat the flavor profile of allocated bourbons. And this one is, well, I don't know if I've done this one yet. If I put the video out. If I haven't, it's going to be coming out soon. Okay. This was not stellar. I don't drink any of these with regularity, only if I'm like doing a throwdown like this. So I really have no idea what that is. Maybe Blanton's. I don't know. Okay. There's less fruit. There's more caramel and salinity on this one. Especially on the finish. A lot of salinity and caramel. Like, that's weird. It's not very fruity. Well. Palates are about equal as far as what I like. I would say the finish, though. Yeah, okay. I know which one I like better. Last one, I did really like the nose on this. It was very bright, sweet cherry sweet, like vanilla, caramel. Pretty tasty nose. All right, let's go for the palate. Man, the nose is really good on this. Whatever it is, the nose rocks. Wow, man. I hope whatever this is, well, let me try it first. I would love to put whatever this is into a full-size mini barrel based on the nose alone. But man, the noses were better than the palates on all of these. That's interesting. If I remember right, I feel like the palates were better than the noses on the mash bill number ones that I did last week. Wow. Okay. Again, I forgot my water. I'm going to pause this. I'll be right back. Yep. Gotta cleanse the broken palate. Okay, I'm just going to go back through these to double check. The nose is so good. I don't know why the palate doesn't live up to the nose. It just tastes kind of watery, really. Muted. There's some bitter oak on the finish. Not that impressive. Okay, I'm getting more like of a darker caramel, brown sugar, but not a lot of fruit. Interesting. Okay. It just tastes dark, whatever that is. Like toasted. If I put it in like one of my full-size mini barrels with like a 400-degree char or toast, you know? This one just tastes salty. Wow. Now I'm getting a little bit of like peanut shell. It's honestly, for my first and second place, if you haven't guessed, it's these two. It's a toss-up, man. They're I don't know, man. Tell you what, if one of these is the Elmer T Lee, it's going to take second place. How about that? Because I'll never get it. Okay. My least favorite, it was a step below whatever these two are. Elmer T Lee. Okay. I'm telling you, folks. Wow. Okay. All right. I'm going to be a little bit more careful. Okay. I am going to be a little bit more careful with these because one of these is super easy to get. One of these I could get once a month. I could get this once a month if I wanted it. I can get this any day in the state of Oregon, where I don't really buy whiskey anymore because it sucks here. Man, no finish on this. No, okay. All right, C and B. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be tough. They're like on the nose. They're very similar. All right, let's see. The front of the palate, there's not much happening. It's watery. But as you get to the mid palate and the finish, it kind of builds with a little bit of caramel sweetness, a little bit of cherry, strawberry. Not much finish. Some salinity. Okay. The fact that I'm having this much trouble between these two, this should just get the win for the price. Maybe that's what I should do. For the price, that should get the win. And the availability. And the lack of hype. And that it doesn't have the little pewter top. Little happy horse on there. I'm going to give the slight edge to B, and the reason is these both, from the mid palate to the finish, they do something, right? This one doesn't have anything on the front of the palate. This one does. So, and this one tastes like a little darker. For that reason, I am going to give the win to B. But they're close, I'm telling you. Like, it almost doesn't matter, really. Okay, C is... Yes! Yeah, that's what I wanted. Blanton's. Blanton's is second place. Blanton's beat Elmer T Lee. But what beat them both? Bowman Bros Small Batch, man. I'm telling you. What's the proof on Elmer T Lee? 90 proof. I think this is what, 93 proof? Yeah, 93 proof on the Blantons and 90 proof on the Bowman Brothers. Bowman Brothers for the win, folks, man. I have yet to see, and I probably never will see it in the state of Oregon because, like I've said many times before, unless you're the friend of a store owner, an employee, or a restaurant owner, you're not getting the allocated stuff. They're saving it for them or one of their friends. But this you can get. Get this instead of either one of these. Save your money. It is better. All right. Well, next week we are going to do Wheated Mash Bill. We've got 3 there. I've got Weller Special Reserve, which I don't know how it won when we did all of them together. It did because our pallets were blown. Weller 12 year and also Weller CYPB. Okay. Till next week.